Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. And yeah, filming this right before you see me on live, but yeah, uh, sometimes I do that. So yeah, I've been away. It's been pre-filmed lots of videos, and I'll tell you more about what happened last week. Sound like dramatic. What happened last week? Just what I did. But this video is all about Read Yourself Happy by Daisy Buchanan. So I found this randomly in the library, actually 5 weeks ago. In Norway, you get a library book for 4 weeks, so I had it too long. But I mean, it's my closest library, so I'm gonna um, hand it in today after in the first sprint. So I feel like 4 weeks and a few days. I feel like that's valid. 4 days, 4 weeks, and 10 days. That's something else. But yeah. Okay. So anyway, read yourself happy. A nonfiction about the pleasures and the importance of reading. So each chapter is about kind of like an emotion. So like it's about give me a moment. It's about read yourself funnier, so in the importance of reading funny books, how that matters in your life. Read yourself calmer, how just the act of reading just makes you calmer. Read and weep, reading sad books, reading sad books as a way to let go of grief. If you can't cry over a lost friend, but it's easier to cry over something with someone fictional, maybe. And sometimes that kind of helps in a way to start the crying and whatnot. Reading your relatives, as in reading about family, making yourself more aware of your own family and different families and whatnot. Read yourself romantic, read yourself free, Uh, and then there's also reading around the world, a chapter about that, which was interesting. And then reading out of your comfort zone was a chapter title, but it kind of I would say it felt it went mostly into like reading heavy stuff. And in my mind, reading out of your comfort zone doesn't mean that you're going to read classics. Reading out of comfort zones means you're going to read something that you wouldn't normally stick to, you wouldn't normally gear towards. Now, I'm a omnivore reader or read most stuff, but I don't really read horror and I don't really read science fiction and I don't read that much lit fic. So I suppose if were to go into one of those categories, that will be out of my comfort zone. But I feel like saying that all classics are out of your comfort zone. I mean, there are some people who read only classics and don't read much else. There are like some classics, like modern classics, like Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie, she's considered classic, but she's not difficult to read at all. Sherlock Holmes, considered classic, not difficult to read at all. You could read Jules Verne, which is a children's classic, but not difficult to read. So just saying classics are outside people's comfort zone and that immediately means difficult to read. I'm not agreeing with that. But yeah, all in all, a very good, interesting book about reading. And also, Daisy kind of also went into her own private life. So it's, I suppose, kind of semi-biographical. I suppose she used her own life, so kind of memoirish, not really, but slightly. She used examples from her own life, so yeah. Also, Daisy Buchanan has a book podcast, which I hadn't wasn't really aware of. She interviews writers and talks to them about the books that they like to read and whatnot. So yeah, definitely checking that one out. And yeah, I would say all in all, this interesting read. If you don't really read that much nonfiction, if you need a nonfiction about books, if you want something that you could easily read a chapter and then put it away, I suppose that's kind of most nonfiction. But I feel like in a way, some nonfiction have more like a red thread through all of it. But like this one, I feel like you could easily pick up one chapter and then put it away for a few weeks and put up a new chapter. And yeah, also it's not a long book. It is. It's like 250 pages, so could be read like over a week or like over a quick challenge if you need something for that. So yeah, read yourself happy by Stacey Buchanan. A good, very good read.